Hello everyone, welcome to part 4 of Python development series for beginners. I am Tarun Chauhan and you are watching The Technical Fist. And in this video tutorial, we are going to discuss about inputs. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Alright guys, before jumping straight into the code, let me tell you something about inputs. You can use inputs to get some value from the user into your program. If you don't understand that, don't worry, everything will make sense by the end of this video tutorial. I have one more announcement to make. Starting from this video, we will give you some exercises at the end of each video tutorial, which will help you grow your coding skills and will help you increase your experience in programming. So I bet you don't want to miss that. Let's jump into the code. In this video, I will show you a small program of adding 2 digits by taking inputs from the user. So for that, we are going to create first variable, which is number 1, which will get the value from the user. So in order to get the value from user, we will use input method in Python. And I'm going to enter number 1. This is absolutely optional. I mean, you are free to add any leading string and you can also leave it as blank. That will also be okay. But I'm just entering this to guide user what he's supposed to do, what he's supposed to enter. Okay. One problem with input is in Python, input method returns a string. If I add 2 strings together, I will not get this sum of 2 numbers. For example, say I have inputted 2 and 3. So what will happen if I add 2 with 3? The output will be 2, 3. That is 23, because 2 and 3 will be a string. So it will be like 2 is a string, 3 is a string, and then output will also be a string. We don't want that. We want to add 2 numbers, not 2 strings. So this input method gives you the string. Now we need to get the number instead of string. So for that, Python gave us another method which is called eval. Ask for the input inside this eval method. So what is happening over here is eval will convert this string into the number that we desire. So now what will happen is the return of this function, this statement, will be a number. So eval will give us a number, input will give us a string. So over here we will get a string from this function, but due to eval method we will get that string converted into the number. Now I'm going to input another number 2, which is again eval input, enter number 2. So now we asked both input from the user. Number 1 have the first number that user enters, number 2 have the second number that user enters. Now all we need to do is to add both numbers. So for that, we're going to do it like sum of num1 and num2. Okay, so this is going to contain the sum of both numbers, the addition of both numbers. So number 1 plus number 2 is equals to sum of num1 and num2. Now what we are going to do, we are going to print this sum into the console so that we could see what is the sum. One more thing that you can do to make it look better is the sum addition of number 1 and number 2 is, and that's it. Okay, so now what we will see in the console, it will be like addition of number 1 and number 2 is, and then the number itself. So let's run this program and see what happens. So I'm going to input number 1 over here. So number 1 say is 2, number 2 is 3. So addition of number 1 and number 2 is 5. You can do one more thing to make it look much better, and that is you can replace the number 1 and number 2 with the actual values that user enters. So I'm going to add one more break over here that is basically used for separating or adding some different data type into the string. So over here I'm going to input number 1, so some addition of number 1 and there goes the number 2. So there you go, and we're going to input number 2. So addition of number 1 and number 2 will be the sum. So if we play this, we will see the exact number that user inputs. So first user inputs 3, and then we're going to input say 6. So this should return 9. So you can see like addition of 3, that is our first input, and 6, that is our second input, is 9. That's it. Now you have a program that can add 2 values on the basis of the user's input. And now is the time for exercise. I want you guys to pause the video for a second and make note of every single exercise displayed on the screen. I want you guys to solve this exercise by yourself as much as you can, and let us know in the comments below what was the experience and how much of them were you able to solve. In our next video of the same series, we will display you the solutions for each of these exercises in the description, so don't forget to watch our next video. If you haven't subscribed us yet, then do subscribe us, because we are bringing tech related videos every week just for you. That's it for this video tutorial. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.